The official signing ceremony. Yeah. Great.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the official signing agreement that is being done between the Secretary General of IIMSAM, Remigio Maradona, and the CEO Chairman of DXN, Dr. Limsio Jin. They have signed the official MOU document that have been presented to them. Now,
I'm very honored to have met Dr. Lin and having the opportunity to make this world a better place to live. DXN is not only a company that is providing sustainable income through their businesses with over 10 million distributors around the world in 180 countries. You can imagine how many people can live a decent life because of DXN's products. But it's one of the few companies in the world with compassion in a heart. And I think Dr. Lim's leadership reflects that in DXN. This is a man who started in 1993 from the very beginnings and is now worried about ending this acute malnutrition from all over the world that the UN alone cannot, UNICEF alone, the UN alone cannot do it. They need partners, they need supporting mechanisms to end almost the 900 million people that suffer acute malnutrition, the number one killer in the world, according to UNICEF. It is time that in 2020, with Dr. Lim's leadership as a goodwill ambassador of IIMSAM. IIMSAM is a very humble organization. We have just started a few years ago, and with extreme difficulties, we have managed to feed over almost 1 million people suffering from acute malnutrition in Kisumu, Kenya, about an hour and a half from the capital, Nairobi. And we can do much more. We can start playing in La Liga, as we say in football. And we can start playing in La Liga with Dr. Lim's generosity of giving 1 million kids an opportunity to live another day. This is an unprecedented gesture of a man with a compassionate and heart leading a wonderful company like DXN, and we are proud to be their strategic partners, and we hope we can do great things in the world for these children that are suffering acute malnutrition. I myself suffered polio at the age of 2. Polio, as you know, was the greatest threat to the world in the 1950s and 60s. But the world got together over a few years with the leadership of Mr. Bill Gates. The Gates Foundation was very instrumental in their contribution to ending poliomyelitis, the illness that affected my upper extremity. If you've noticed in the video, I had problems lifting my arms, and I've lived with this for 50 plus years now. And I am so honored to now that polio has been eradicated from the face of the earth, with a few cases in Afghanistan and in Pakistan, but otherwise we have made a great contribution. This was a synergy of cooperation of not only the UN, UNICEF, but everybody, the private sector, the public sector, people like Dr. Lim with a good heart and compassion for those who have been less fortunate than him. And this is an opportunity for us to go and attack malnutrition, which is just as threatening as polio was in my generation. We need to do the same effort. Dr. Lim and I will try our best. IIMSAM and DXN cannot do it along with the UN and UNICEF. Everybody has to get together with Dr. Lim's leadership worldwide in getting the private sector companies to join DXN's efforts in the battle against acute malnutrition. And I want to thank personally Dr. Lim for giving me the opportunity to play in the major leagues with DXN and to make a dent into this dreadful disease that is called acute malnutrition. It should end in the year 2020, towards the year 2030, in support of the United Nations Development Goals. but it can only end with the efforts of everyone involved. Everyone, not just DXN and IIMSAM and the UN and UNICEF. It has to be a battle of all of us.
Absolutely.
It is World War III.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lim, for giving us the opportunity to combat this number one killer in the world, that it is acute malnutrition. And I thank Ambassador Jaber and Ambassador Tariq of IIMSAM for bringing me a couple of years ago to Dr. Lim and giving us this opportunity. Mr. G here next to my right, Mr. Salim, the whole DXN team is a very compassionate team, which is very rare to see in the private sector. But with them, we have an opportunity to make a dent in this dreadful illness that is acute malnutrition. I know maybe I went over the few minutes I got, but I get excited with these things. And Dr. Lim, I want to thank you one more time, and thank you so much. And I hope we can create a dent like in the past we did with people did with polio, the combinations of the private sector and public sector. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Remigio Maradona, the Secretary General of IIMSAM. Dr. Lim, a few words from you on this amazing partnership with IIMSAM and DXN.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much. Okay, so His Excellency, Secretary General, Mr. Maradona. So I hope the audio is okay for you.
Yes,
so tonight, tonight is a very happy night. Okay, so we can meet again for this auspicious day to join hands together to fight the malnutrition. You see, about 1993, I still remember when we first established this DXN. With DXN also, we are going for health food. Fighting malnutrition actually is our mission from the very early of the day. The times the malnutrition in the world is 40%. Okay, then after 10 years, it's still 40%. And today, when we are talking in front of the camera now, it's still 40% now. You see, the advancement of science for the past 30 years, the science had advanced so much, the economy have advanced so much now, but the rate of malnutrition is still remain as it is. Okay, so something is very wrong. So what we are thinking now, we must join hands together. We must join hands together so that to remove malnutrition from the face of the world. Just as His Excellency, just now you mentioned that if we can remove the polio, so maybe we can remove the acute malnutrition from the world too. Okay, and DXN, we have over 10 million members now for the whole world. Okay, so our first target is that we are going to help 1 million. Okay, 1 million of the children for this acute malnutrition. And our formula is very simple. No? If we give 3 grams to one children, okay, 1 month 90 grams, say rounding up to 100 grams. So with 1 kilo of this spirulina, we can take care of 10 children in a month. Now we are going to go for a campaign. Okay, $1 for 1 children. Let's say the cost to supply 1 kg of spirulina until the children, we have estimated to be about $10 per kilo. Okay, so that we have out of 10 million members, hopefully that we can have 1 million of them to join us for this $1 for 1 child. They just need to donate $1 to us. Okay, then we can take care of 1 children. Okay, in a month. This is a beautiful concept. And I hope together with a member of DXN and together with IIMSAM, I think we should be able to achieve the goal. So this will be the first goal that we are going to achieve, is to have 1 million acute malnutrition child to solve the problem of malnutrition. I also put out a short video now to explain about what we are going to do. You see, malnutrition is not only affect a person, you affect the next generation also. Just like you see, for ladies, if they are suffering from malnutrition, then the body will stunt, grow, become small. So when they bear the children, the children also doesn't do well. So we have seen a lot of that in India, in this Pakistan, also in Africa, and it's heartbreaking a scenery for them. And we just need only 3 grams, 3 grams of the spirulina. And DXN, we already started to. We are going to do it aggressively. We are going to build about the farm, with 1,000 pond. So we are going to produce a few thousand tons of spirulina in the near future. Okay, so hopefully, so for 1 million children, we need about 100 tons a month. Okay, to give to them. So we are moving towards this target. So once this target is achieved, at least we have done our part, okay, as a responsible entrepreneur in this world. So that this is a venture where we need everybody to participate. Not only DXN, not only IIMSAM, anybody. Okay, so that we are going to launch this very soon. Okay, to worldwide. So hopefully after this virus is over, okay, many people will join us. Many people will join us for this normal cost. Okay, now malnutrition and poverty, all these things come side by side. Every night, millions of children go to the bed, without food. Okay, they go to the bed empty stomach. Okay, so these two come side by side. So that together, we need to remove the malnutrition from the face of the world, and so to help to alleviate this poverty. And DXN, we have first-hand experience to alleviate this poverty. Now we have 10 million members throughout the whole world. So hundreds of thousands of people already get out of poverty because of DXN. So we are going to, together with IIMSAM, okay, we are going to hand in hand together, so that hopefully one day the malnutrition and so poverty will become a past tense in this world. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Like I said before, in order to end malnutrition, we need people like Dr. Lim. Sectors like the United Nations, UNICEF, IIMSAM. IIMSAM, of course, is very small compared to UNICEF and the UN. We cannot do it alone. We need the private sector involvement. We need to follow the footprint that was done in the campaign against polio. And if we do this correctly, as they did with polio, although it took a few years with polio, we can say that the world is probably most likely polio-free now. I hope in a few years, by 2030, if I'm still alive, I hope so, because I'm taking spirulina. I take 3 grams of spirulina every day for over 15 years. I've never been sick. So there's a good chance I'll be alive in 2030. It would be great to see DXN have been a major actor in eradicating malnutrition, that so many times people have made the efforts and promotions and this and that, but like Dr. Lim pointed out very eloquently earlier, that the statistic has never changed in decades. So it's time to change the statistics to comfort all of us and to work in a synergy of unprecedented cooperation in support of the UN Millennium Development Goals 1, 3, and number 17. If we do that, I think we have a good shot in knocking out malnutrition out of the ring forever. Thank you, Dr. Lim, again for your visionary leadership in DXN, a wonderful company that, as I said before, provides support also for over 10 million member distributors around the world. And you have a beautiful and very compassionate Indian team for the most part. I haven't met the rest of the people. So you see that in itself gives hope to the world that I am American, that all of us, doesn't matter where we come from, we all put our brains together, we can solve the problems of this world. Instead of reading fake news and violence on TV, just concentrate on doing positive things for the world. And we have the institutions to do it, we have the private sector to do it. And the time is now. If it is not now, it will never be. And I just hope that Dr. Lim, with the help of IIMSAM, we can accomplish a dent, this perennial disease called malnutrition, acute malnutrition, number one killer in the world according to UNICEF. This shame that we have against kids going to bed hungry when there's enough food in the world to feed 10 million people. So it's we will try our best, and I'm sure Dr. Lim will try his best, and I just pray that we will be able to be successful and help the UN fight this thing once and for all. And I thank the entire team of Dr. Lim. He has a fantastic team here in Dubai. We're overseas also. And the contributors and the distributors of DNX can also put in their help to end malnutrition. Not just Dr. Lim and I, his team here, but all of us. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias y que Dios les bendiga. God bless you.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Your Excellency. Okay. I think you are still looking very young, very energetic, you know. So we are expecting for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from you. Okay. So now tonight I think the mission is very clear. Okay. The magic number is 2030. So hopefully that together with IIMSAM, okay, DXN, we will mobilize our millions of distributors worldwide, okay, to fight against the acute this malnutrition. So our target is 2030. Hopefully, in 10 years' time, we will bring down the statistic. Okay, and DXN, we also are establishing the Spirulina farm throughout the whole world. Now we have 3 big farm now. One is in Malaysia, one is in India, another one is in China. And we also experiment set out this pilot plant in Mexico. So in Latin America, in Peru and in Mexico, we are going to set out the Spirulina farm too. So in Africa also, so that in the future, we are not only distribute the Spirulina throughout the whole world, we are going to bring the technology, of cultivating Spirulina throughout this thing. So whoever they are interested to cultivate the Spirulina, we are more than happy, to exist them, to do this thing. And this is a very beautiful this algae. And the Spirulina is the more you learn about Spirulina, the more you will fall in love with it. It's a very strong this thing. You see, we go to China. It's so cold, It's so cold. It survives very well. We bring to India. If you want to know what is summer, you go to India. Very hot, but this thing yet is also survive. Okay, so we hope that with this beautiful algae, with this beautiful this organism with us. Okay, so DXN with hand with the IIMSAM together with millions of DXN members, we are going to make this world more beautiful. We're going to make this world more peaceful. Nowadays, because of the virus, because of the political instability, then we have trade war. There's so many things happening in the world, and we have nothing to do. We cannot do anything with the politics, but we can do something with the malnutrition. That's for sure, Okay, so that I request all the DXN members. Okay, so from now on, we should join hands together and remember the $1 for one child campaign. Okay, so I hope all of you can join us together with IIMSAM under the guidance of His Excellency Maradona. So hopefully that we can do something to remove the acute malnutrition. Thank you very much. Thank you.